After all the work and all the miles,
Get that train rolling, man.
all the sign-filled shows and sold-out seats, now it's all about to change. Are you ready?
It's not often that the Chief Content Officer, Paul Triple H Levesque, is here on Raw. He must have some major news to share.
Well, let's hear what the game has to say.
As you all know, we've been building a new era in WWE, a direction that's bolder than anything you've ever seen before. But to forge this path, we need talent who can rise to the occasion. Whether that's someone who's already here or an outsider ready to step in and lead the charge. Who is going to be the superstar to lead us to that next level? Well, we're going to answer that question starting next Monday on Raw with the WWE Draft.
The WWE Draft kicks off next Monday. That's huge news.
Raw and SmackDown GMs Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have decisions to make that will shape the future of WWE. Now, I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but as a Chief Content Officer, I'm gonna drop a couple of hints about who I think will be selected #1 overall and become the leader of this new era. This individual is going to be a force in the men's division for years to come. I've seen his potential for greatness already as a decorated champion from MMA. That's right. I think you might know who I'm talking about. They could be the next big crossover star from the cage to the squared circle to lead the new era of WWE. It all starts at the draft when we take the next step in WWE's revolution.
The CCO just alluded to the fact that we might have an MMA champion going #1 overall.
I can't wait for draft night.
Hello there. So nice to finally meet you. I'm Troy Simpkin, seasoned and esteemed WWE producer.
Hey, Troy. Nice to meet you, too.
We are so excited for your arrival at WWE. There's been so many successful crossover stars between MMA and sports entertainment, and we think you could be bigger than all of them.
Thanks. I think so, too. So, what's the plan?
We want to get you acclimated to a WWE ring before the draft. So you're going to head down to the Performance Center. We've even lined up some training partners with MMA experience to make you feel comfortable. Who do you prefer?
I'd love to mix it up with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Excellent. Just be sure to lay low down there. We want your debut at the draft to be a huge surprise.
I'll do my best.
Oh, one more thing. Make sure you look good on draft night.
What are you getting at?
It's just that in the past, WWE superstars had to wear whatever we told them to for their non-ring attire. And as much as I miss those days, that's no longer how it works around here. It's a new era with fewer restrictions. So you can wear whatever you want.
So, I can dress how I want to dress? I assumed that was the case, but thanks for confirming.
All right, we better wrap this up before any looky-loos start pulling out their phones. Safe travels, and we'll see you soon.
Hey, I've seen all your fights. Big fan. Hear you might be joining us in WWE soon.
Thanks. And I'm a fan, too. Nice to meet you, Jimmy.
I know you got the fight game on lock, but WWE is different. You never know who you can trust or what's coming next.
That sounds a lot like MMA. I think I'll fit in okay.
So you are coming to WWE?
I didn't say that.
I feel you. Well, maybe I'll see you soon. Or not. Later.
What a huge night we have on Raw with the start of the WWE Draft.
Oh, and it just got even bigger. It's one of the hottest stars in MMA.
Are the rumors true? Will they be the #1 pick?
Thanks for taking the time to answer a couple questions before the draft. I know you just got here and must be getting pulled in 100 different directions, so I'll try to make this quick.
No problem. And it's Kathy, right? Good to meet you.
You too. You've been on top of the fight game for years in MMA. What personality traits led to your success?
Everything I do has a purpose. People like to say they're 2 steps ahead. Well, I'm 20. You can't survive on sheer strength and athleticism. You need to be scheming and calculated.
I can see how that got you here. So then, what can you say about the rumors that you'll be selected #1 overall tonight?
I'd say it's something I could use in my favor. Perception is reality, right? Well, if I'm #1, that just makes my opponents perceive me to be that much tougher to beat. I'll use any advantage I can get.
Well, I know you're busy, so I'll let you go for now. Thanks again, and good luck with the draft.
Hey, boss.
You feeling okay? I know it's tough. New surroundings, big expectations coming from a different sport. A lot of eyeballs on you tonight.
I've got all the angles covered. Kind of like this wrestler I used to watch growing up. What was his nickname? The Cerebral Assassin?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I guess he didn't amount to much.
Good one. I gotta get going, but you should be proud of everything you've accomplished to get here. You've earned it. See you out there in a bit.
It's time to kick off the WWE Draft.
Thank you. But tonight is not about me. It's about launching this company in a new and exciting direction. And that all starts with the announcement of the top overall pick. So let's not wait any longer. With the first pick in the WWE Draft, Raw is honored to select the future of WWE.
There they are, the #1 pick in the WWE Draft, and wow, it's a good one.
Talk about making a splash. Adam Pearce got himself a generational talent.
We heard all the rumors, but seeing this play out now really lives up to the hype.
Good luck topping this SmackDown.
Stand by, there's some kind of technical issue here.
Talk about ruining a moment.
What the heck?
Who was that?
Where's security?
Can someone explain what just happened?
Okay, got it. The draft will continue after this break.
First of all, I'm sorry about what happened out there. We're working with the authorities to get to the bottom of it, but Hunter says it seems like it was just a random, unstable individual.
Is this how things are handled over here in WWE? At least in MMA, I knew when I was going to get hit. Maybe I would have been better off staying where I was.
I assure you that's not the case. You're in good hands with us.
So if it was a random person, what was with that stuff on the Tron?
I wouldn't assume the 2 things were connected. Could have been unrelated technical difficulties. Either way, I don't think it's anything to worry about. Better to focus on the positive and move on.
I can handle my own strategy on how to deal with this. Thanks.
I'll set up a match for you next week on Raw, and it'll be against a local competitor you'll be sure to dominate. After that, no one will be talking about what happened tonight.
Hey, you all right? I'm fine. I know we didn't cross paths too much when you were in MMA, but it's good to see a friendly face here. Anyway, it's wrestling. On to the next thing, right?
Listen, I know management wants us to brush things like this under the rug, but I'm not sure it was a one-time event. Besides, how does some random person get access to the Tron?
That's what I said.
Look, if I were you, I'd keep your head on a swivel. I'm just speculating, but this could be the start of something bigger.
I agree. I'll be ready if and when something happens again.
That attack came out of nowhere. Are you okay?
Hey, Troy. I'm a lot more angry than I am hurt.
That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. The perfect way to blow off a little steam.
You got any idea who was under that mask? Because that's who I'd like to get my hands on.
I do not. However, since I got promoted, which was definitely based on merit, not because Roman Reigns landed on me at WrestleMania and Triple H felt bad about my numerous injuries, I've been put in charge of booking the matches for our live events.
Congratulations?
You should be congratulating yourself, because I've got my eye on you to be the main attraction for our next big tour.
I appreciate it, Troy. But I'm focused on figuring out who jumped me, and then enacting some very disproportionate revenge.
That's exactly why you should compete in some live event matches. It's the perfect opportunity to sharpen your skills and max out your abilities. Trust me, you won't believe the kind of rewards you'll get with live events.
Fine, Troy. Next time you have a live event opportunity, hit me up.
You're the best. Thanks so much. You'll find me waiting for you when I'm ready to book the next bunch of shows.
Can't wait.
And his opponent from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 250 pounds, Dangerous Benjamin the Destroyer!
I know he hasn't even made it to the ring yet, but this guy already looks like he belongs. The swagger, the focus. I think we're witnessing the beginning of something very special.
Why don't you go take a cold shower, Saxton? All he's proven is that he's capable of walking down an aisle. He's going to have to do a lot more to prove he's worthy of all the hype.
It'll be interesting to see how quickly the superstar can transition from MMA to WWE.
To find a way out of there.
Gets the reversal. What a counter. Basement drop kick. Clothesline. He's completely dominant right now, refusing to let up. He covers. Is this it?
Could be.
What a resounding victory here tonight for the #1 pick.
I agree, Byron. That was pure domination.
The hell? Not this again.
It's the same attacker from the draft.
Where's security? Come on.
I guess he's taking matters into his own hands.
Good, I'm sick of this.
And this time, they're not getting away.
The masked assailant is regretting this now.
They might not be masked for much longer.
Is that Tony D'Angelo from NXT?
Not surprised with his track record.
We're going to go to commercial while we sort this out.
That's enough! Sit down and stay there.
What are we gonna do with him? We're going to get some answers, and we're going to get them right now.
You have no idea.
I have a lot of ideas. And now we're going to start figuring out which one of them is accurate. Start talking.
The new era has arrived.
I know you're known for these types of attacks, but why did you target me? Jealous that I was the #1 pick and you weren't even drafted?
It's not always about you. It's about us. Them. All of them.
Who is them? Your goons? The family?
Lardan.
I think I've had about enough. We'll settle this when you face me in a match next week. Now get this attention-seeking mafia wannabe out of here!
So you got the bad guy, huh?
Looks like it.
I know Triple H and everyone is telling you this is over now, but I still think there's more to come.
I think so too. I don't think D'Angelo would do this on his own. Whether it's his family or someone else behind the scenes, there's gotta be other people involved.
Exactly. And the entire roster should be on the lookout. I know I will be.
We're certainly no strangers to surprise attacks and to
counters. Each superstar looking dialed in.
Elbow drop.
Not.
Uh-oh, tuning up the band. It is time.
Able to make a timely escape. Looking for the front waist lock and countered into a nice arm drag. Oh, what a right hand!
The band. It is time.
Sweet chin music. The cover.
This is more than a win. The #1 draft pick can now move on and focus on bigger goals.
Good riddance to Tony D'Angelo and whatever this was all about.
Now what?
Is that Charlie Dempsey?
What the hell is going on?
That's certainly Gigi Dolan.
Trick Williams from behind. What is happening?
And now Tony D'Angelo's recovered and joining the NXT champion. Clearly D'Angelo wasn't acting alone in all of this.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a common theme here, guys. We got to get some help out here.
This is a full-on invasion.
And the invaders are all from NXT.
We need help back there, right now.
Adam Pearce is trying to intervene.
Nikita Lyons with a chair.
And Pearce goes down too.
The NXT Unity Tag Champions have taken out CM Punk.
And Charlotte gets nailed too.
This is insane.
Please, somebody, anybody, do something.
We are under siege.
It's Bayley and Kevin Owens.
Finally.
You can't just come in here and do this without repercussions.
What the?
Bayley and KO are part of this? Are you serious?
What are we witnessing?
If you couldn't tell, this is a mutiny. Current and former members of NXT have united under one cause. We will no longer stand by and be treated like third-class citizens.
Members of the board, do we have your attention?
We will not stop until NXT is the one and only brand left standing in WWE.
I'm just about speechless.
We've just witnessed pure anarchy.
It was a mutiny, Saxton. Bayley said it herself. Unbelievable.
I'm back. I need revenge on the NXT Unity champions and every single person involved.
I'm with you.
Good. But don't forget I warned both of you that this would happen, and no one listened.
I was wrong. I know. But this isn't the time to point fingers.
Yeah, it's the time to start listening to me. No one around here can be trusted. No one. This could go all the way to the top. Who created NXT and would stand to benefit from all this? Yeah. Chew on that for a minute.
Look, I've already spoken to Nick Aldis, and we're gonna work together to fight back against this NXT mutiny. Raw and SmackDown are a united front. But we need a leader. I drafted you #1 for a reason. I know you can step up to lead the charge.
After what they did to me, I don't need convincing. But what are we getting ourselves into? You heard what Punk just said about Triple H.
As usual, Punk's way out of line with that comment. I've been working side by side with Triple H the past few weeks to figure out what's been going on. There's no way he has anything to do with this.
You're right. Punk's fired up about getting attacked and not thinking straight. He did have a point, though, that we have to be careful about who to trust.
I know. It seems like Bayley and KO have convinced most of NXT to join them along with some other big names from our side. And we have to assume that any other NXT alumni from Raw and SmackDown might be one of them.
Then it sounds like we need to find someone from outside of WWE who could step in and join the fight against NXT.
You got someone in mind?
I do. I know just the person to turn the tide. They're from MMA.
Okay, but how does that prove they're not secretly working with NXT? How do you know we can trust them?
We used to train together for years. You spend that much time with someone, putting your health and safety in their hands, you know you can trust them.
All right, sold. After you get them on board, let's talk next steps. And don't wait too long. We need to move fast before this NXT mutiny strikes again.
Past few years just seems kind of, I don't know, desperate.
Who else could I trust more than my old training partner?
Yeah, we were always trying to outdo each other back in the day. Might be nice to team up together for once.
Not to mention the fact Mutiny keeps adding top names, so I can't really trust many people in WWE right now.
So you're saying I was your only option? I see how it is.
Best and only option. So what do you think? Will you do it?
You know I'm ride or die with you. Let's do it.
Great. I've arranged for you to have a warm-up match here today before we tackle NXT together. I know you're used to knockout and submission rules in MMA, but today's pinfall only, to get used to wrestling again.
Go for the 3 count. Got it. I'm gonna go get changed.
All right. You do that, and I'll get to strategizing.
Haven't changed a bit.
Watch out for counters!
One, two. That's it. Ring it.
So, this is how #1 draft picks live, huh? Nice.
The tour bus is nice, but more importantly, it's private. We need this space to talk strategy, since who knows who might be listening backstage and feeding information to NXT.
Good point. What about the GMs, though? Can we at least trust them? Adam Pearce was messaging me the other day.
Yeah, Pierce and Aldis are vetted, and they've given us full authority to counter the NXT mutiny movement. CM Punk will be helping us too once he's healthy, but for now, it's just us, so we need to figure out our first move.
Whenever I was in a tough situation like this fighting in MMA, I learned the best path forward is to focus on doing what I do best, which, in my case, is being scheming and calculated.
Well, since you just basically dropped everything to come in here and help me, it's only fair you take the lead on this. What do you think we should do?
NXT is going to be ready for you to strike back, but they don't know I'm on board yet. We can use that as a tactical advantage.
How so?
We're going to hustle them, embarrass them, and when it's all over, walk out with their precious intergender NXT Unity Tag titles.
Solid plan. It's exactly what I would have done. But how are we going to pull this off?
I know a guy who can get me into the Performance Center.
First things first, you're going to explain just how the hell you got in here. The Performance Center is official NXT Mutiny territory now.
Chase got us in, right?
That's right. I'm Chase. Used to train here a few years back. Still think I got a raw deal. Before that, I was a popular minor league mascot named Ribby. Ring a bell?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So you just walked right in? I don't get it.
Well, I still had my old badge. Plus, it helped that I kept in touch with Todd, the security guard. Good guy.
Freaking Todd! This really is his last strike. Anyway, I'll deal with him later. Why exactly are you here?
We're here to show Mutiny just how great me and Chase are. If you want to take down Raw and SmackDown, you need to sign us.
Is Shawn Michaels still here? What about Corey Klein? I'd like to give them a piece of my mind. They really missed the boat on old Chase.
None of them are here. You're dealing with me, okay? NXT Mutiny signed me to be their top producer, and I can't have outsiders showing up unannounced on my watch. My bosses would not approve.
I told you this was a bad idea, Chase. Let's just go to SmackDown or Raw, where they recognize real talent. Their GMs have been blowing up my phone nonstop.
Wait, they have? You know, it just so happens that the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions are training here today and need some opponents. So if you two think you're Mutiny material, go prove it.
You won't regret this.
Just remember, if this works out, who gave you the big break. Now excuse me. I need to go fire Todd.
1, 2, that's 3.
Weren't ready for that match, Troy, but I promise the outcome would be different with more time to prepare.
Speak for yourself. I was fully prepared.
I'll handle this, Chase. So, what do you think about a rematch, Troy?
I think it's cute you think another match would turn out any differently. But you've given me a great idea. If you want a rematch so bad, why not do it on NXT? So the entire world can see your big debut and how talented you are.
Thank you. I accept your offer of a rematch on NXT.
Perfect. The Unity Champions are gonna look great. And Bailey, KO, and all my new bosses here at Mutiny are gonna love it. Thanks for doing me this huge favor.
Anytime.
And this is definitely not the pairing we were expecting.
I had heard that the #1 draft pick and their partner here tonight were tight, but I didn't expect indie wrestler Chase to be pushed aside.
I don't know who's more surprised, us or Lexis King and JC Jane. They planned for a cakewalk and instead got a match against one of the best WWE has to offer and their debuting partner.
Let's see what else the challengers have up their sleeves as they battle for the Unity Tag titles. Absolutely incredible. And King had no reflexes to answer for that.
Double springboard moonsault. Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked
time. Locking up here. Oh, poke to the eyes.
That seems to have really gotten him. He could have an eye injury.
Nonetheless, the match continues.
JC eats a clothesline.
But Lexis King with the belt shot.
And the referee never saw it.
The champions are going to retain.
Wait, foot on the ropes.
Is that the wrestler Chase who is supposed to compete tonight?
Credit to the challengers for throwing NXT off their game.
Hold on, spear on JC Jane.
Looks like his eye's okay.
Or at least okay enough.
Setting up for some kind of double team move.
And down onto JC Jane with the cover.
1, 2,
That'll do it. We officially have new Unity Tag Team Champions.
We just witnessed amazing teamwork from these two, and it paid off with not only a title win, but a major victory in the war against Mutiny.
And don't forget the assist from Chase.
Mutiny shocked the world with their invasion a couple weeks ago, but now, taking their Unity tag titles that they held in such high regard is a shot across NXT's bow.
I have a feeling this is only the beginning between these two sides.
I saw what you did by pulling a fast one on NXT and winning their Unity championships. Clever.
Thanks. I don't think you've been introduced to the newest team member in our fight against Mutiny. We came up training together.
I know all about you. Welcome to WWE. But I do have to remind both of you, I've decided to remain neutral in this whole issue with NXT. I'm too close to it. So this isn't our fight. And besides, when it comes to competition, it's not just a catchphrase. It really is what's best for business.
We understand your stance, but we don't have to agree with it. We're going to do everything we can to stop Mutiny.
And if that happens, great. But if Mutiny comes out on top, then we'll pivot in that direction. It's what we do in WWE. We're constantly reacting and evolving. It's how we succeed. So like I said, good luck. But I can't support one side or the other until this is all over.
I'm back, Punk.
Looks like I missed out on all the fun. That was impressive how you tricked them into defending their Unity titles. And then walked away with him, too. Well done.
Thanks. I guess that producer Troy was fired by Mutiny for his screw-up and is now groveling to get his job back with us. Good luck with that.
I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. You got your hands on the Unity champions after what they did to me. But I'll get my shot sooner than later.
I know you will. Which leads us to our next move. We've spoken to the GMs, and we think the best strategy is to divide and conquer between Raw and SmackDown.
At least Aldis and Pierce have our backs, unlike old Triple H. Convenient how he continues to sit on the sidelines, isn't it?
Yeah, it is convenient. I can't believe he's still staying neutral. Makes you wonder if there's something else going on there.
In any event, if we split up, we'll have coverage on both brands to fight off any Mutiny attacks. I'll be headed to SmackDown.
And I'll be focusing on Raw. What about you, Punk?
I think it makes sense for me to float between both brands to help keep an eye on things. There's a lot of top names jumping ship, and I'd like to use my influence to put an end to that.
Sounds like a solid plan. Which brand should we focus on first?
Am I the only one seeing this, Oos? NXT's Mutiny out here making moves, pulling everyone to their side while people watch the uprising from the sidelines. Even Triple H and the board are low-key cheering for them.
You don't have to remind me. I saw it firsthand at the draft, remember? It should be all hands on deck.
Yeet. We need more people doing stuff like taking those Unity titles off them.
Thanks. It might have been a small victory, but every little bit helps. If we can keep chipping away, eventually they'll topple.
For real. Anything to slow their momentum down. It was starting to feel like they could do whatever they wanted. Reminds me of when the Bloodline first started. We had that edge. And nobody was cool like us.
But we've seen that all play out before, right? Starts out hot, but a lot of folks are gonna get left out once they get what they want, you know?
Seen it, felt it. When you're useful, you get used. When you're not, well, like you said, we've seen how that plays out.
It's impressive the way Mutiny's able to manipulate people. They've got a knack for pulling strings and making the bad guy look cool. But that's something we could work with. Use their own game to play them.
You got something cooking.
You said it yourself. People are joining up because Mutiny is cool. It's got an edge that makes standard corporate WWE look basic.
We can't compete with that smoke.
Not unless I show them some fire, Oos.
So you do have a plan. Yeet.
Yep. And I'm kicking it off later tonight. You're gonna love this one, Jay.
Can't wait, Oos.
It's the superstar who is destined for WWE greatness.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 250 pounds. One half of the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions, Dangerous Benjamin the Destroyer!
Guys, what's up with the NWO shirt?
I love the nod to the past. Is this maybe an embrace of those notorious NWO deep?
Finds a counter for Gable.
He's pushing back now.
He's still in this, and he's making sure everyone knows that.
Oh, God. Can Chad get out of this?
An impressive victory, and maybe with the win under his belt, we can get some clarity about his attire.
Incredible performance out there tonight, but I think there's one question on everyone's mind. Why the NWO shirt?
Look, we all know that WWE is at a turning point. There's a civil war brewing, and it's largely because WWE has become stale, predictable, formulaic. We need to evolve.
So you're saying that you're joining Mutiny?
No. Mutiny is chaos for the sake of chaos. And just like so many times in history, the real fighters are going to get pushed aside once the leaders get what they want. Anyone who thinks they could trust Bailey and KO to protect their best interests is an idiot. So here's my message to all the superstars on both sides and everywhere in between. It's time for a new direction. We need to embrace our past to forge our future. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. The NWO wasn't about politics. It was about power and domination. So anyone who wants to stop playing the game and wants to run it, join me in my NWO movement.
That is a powerful call to arms, but as the former #1 draft pick, some might say you're as establishment as it gets. How do you reconcile that with calling for this new direction?
Being the #1 pick gives me a platform. My position lets me bridge the gap between the establishment and the rebels. I'm not here to tear down. I'm here to build better. So stand with me and take the third path. Not mutiny, not the WWE establishment, but a movement built on real power. I'm calling for a new era. Not just to challenge mutiny, but to redefine this business as it should be through dominance and brute force. Welcome to the New World Order.
Draft pick because I trusted you to be a cornerstone for WWE, not spearhead a whole new rebellion.
It's not another rebellion. This NWO stuff is just a way to stir up some trouble within Mutiny. It's a play. I just need people to believe it's real. And that's obviously working.
That is a pretty good idea, actually. But I really wish you'd run the stuff past me first.
I would have had I known you'd get this upset. Trust me, Pierce. I'm Team WWE. I'm going to shake NXT up from the inside and give us the upper hand. Just let this play out.
Okay, I'll give you some rope. Just be smart.
I always am. That's why it's working.
And here's the man reviving the NWO in more ways than one.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 250 pounds. One half of the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions, Dangerous Benjamin the Destroyer.
He's not.
Makes the cover. Yeah, no, he doesn't get the three.
There's the sling blade.
Basement drop kick. Breaker's shoulders are down for the match. It's over, all in a night's work.
Here is your winner, Dangerous Benjamin the Destroyer.
After that victory, it seems clear this new NWO is poised to be a major player in the fight against Mutiny.
Absolutely, Cole. They're taking over. The New World Order is here, and they're not just here to participate. They're here to dominate.
NWO for life, baby. And boss, before you say anything, you should know I'm already putting together a crew to help the Black and White take out Mutiny and the rest of the WWE. So far, It's me, and that's it. But you gotta start somewhere.
Right, look, just slow down.
I can't slow down. I'm all in. SmackDown is gonna get smacked. Raw is gonna get cooked. They won't even be able to call it Raw anymore. They'll have to call it extra well done. Even though it won't be well done at all when we're through with them. NWO!
Quiet, Truth. Listen, this whole NWO thing, it's complicated.
No, it's not. That's the beauty of it. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of superstars here who are 3 corners short of a squared circle. If you get my drift, they're very easily fooled. That's why we need this. It's totally real, and it's awesome. Watch. NWO Sneak Attack! That felt amazing. Now everyone knows the NWO is back.
It's not. Truth, you need to listen to me.
Good idea. You be the boss, and I'll be the enforcer, and go find some more WWE superstars to beat up under the banner of the NWO.
No, don't do that.
Okay, then you be the boss and I'll be the idea man. Here's my first one. NWO pay-per-view. Location? The moon. All we need is a rocket. How hard do you think it'll be to take over NASA?
Listen to the words I am saying. This whole NWO thing is fake. I made it up. I'm just trying to destabilize Mutiny, that's all. None of this is real.
It's not real? It feels real to me.
It's not, though.
Okay, I understand. It's not real, because we still need to dream it into reality. And we will. Because it's out with the old and in with the new world order. You are inspiring.
And you are
I thought you said you had this under control.
I do. It's just our Truth that's the problem. And then I had to back him up or it would have blown my cover.
Well, we wouldn't want that. It'd be a real shame if I only had one massive insurrection to deal with. Now I'm losing superstars to 2 factions.
I can't help it if I'm so convincing people from both sides are jumping. There's always collateral damage, but at the end of the day, it's working. That's what's important.
You need to end it. Now.
How about I end it next week? We've got some momentum, and I might have already paid for some things to make this NWO movement seem legit, including a non-refundable deposit on an arena, throwback set and all.
Fine, but only because Orton and Gunther are looking for payback. And Mutiny too. So at whatever NWO show you're apparently putting on, you're gonna host an inter-brand fatal 4-way. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and your fake New World Order.
It'll be a night to remember.
Just make sure when it's over, your NWO is forgotten.
Balor goes for the pin. Stopping the ref's count there. Spear!
Man, earth-shattering.
That might have done it. This could be it. 2.
Big win in a fatal 4-way.
Here is your winner, Dangerous Benjamin the Destroyer.
And there it is. The NWO proves once again why they're back and more formidable than ever, clinching a critical victory tonight.
Absolutely, Cole. This victory isn't just significant, it's too sweet.
Tonight was a revelation, but let me be clear, it was not a revolution. The so-called NWO revival? Well, the truth is that it was nothing more than a hoax. I stand with Team Raw and SmackDown. Always have, always will. I never meant to target our own Raw and SmackDown talent. But it seems I underestimated just how easily swayed you all were. It's no wonder why Mutiny has been so successful. You need to be smarter. To everyone who thought they were part of something new, understand this. It was all a strategic ploy. The point? To reveal the weak spots in Mutiny's armor, to sort out the tough from the talkers. And guess what? It worked. They broke ranks as soon as they saw a shiny new toy. But now, my WWE friends, it's time to band together. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever's left of it. We all stand against Mutiny. We're not just prepared, we are united, and together we're unstoppable. Mutiny! You're in our sights, and we're coming for you. And our truth, my loyal soldier, listen up. The NWO adventure? It was a blast, but that chapter's over. We need to lace up for the real fight, the one right ahead of us.
I have to hand it to you. Reviving the NWO to draw out the weak links from Mutiny was genius. You really turned the tables on them.
And maybe found myself a disciple in our truth.
He was a wild card, but he helped make it believable. I don't think you would have managed to pry so many members of Mutiny loose otherwise. Their ranks are pretty solid.
Not as solid as they thought. We exposed some serious cracks.
That's true. And I gotta say, the way you played both sides was impressive. Could be a trick we keep up our sleeves.
Absolutely. With the chaos we've created, they won't know who to trust.
We should talk about what's next. I spoke to the GMs, and you're going to defend your Unity titles at WWE Payback.
Mutiny maneuvered their way into a title match?
No, you'll actually be facing Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Might be nice to take a break from battling Mutiny.
Exactly. And since you're facing a team from our side, there's no chance of the titles going back to NXT.
We don't plan on losing either way.
Even though they're not directly involved in the match, I still think Mutiny might try to interfere. And since we all know that Hunter and the board won't do anything about it, I'll be in your corner to watch your backs. Deal?
Sounds good to me.
Oh my God! Seth Rollins just getting dismantled. Yeah.
Guys, I have a feeling someone is about to get their chest caved in.
I think it's happening.
Beats to the bottom. Massive miscalculation on that one.
Shoulders down. Championship on the line.
And the champs retain.
Here are your winners, and still the NXT Unity Tag Team Champions, Dangerous Benjamin the Destroyer and the Superstar.
That was a big win. And having you out there must have scared Mutiny off, punk.
Yeah, thanks for the backup.
No problem, but I do have some bad news. Mutiny didn't hit us in the ring because they were busy poaching our roster. I just found out that Shinsuke Nakamura, Shayna Baszler, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa all jumped ship.
Damn.
It's definitely a blow, especially since we don't seem to be getting anyone from their side to join us. Just when we thought things were going well, right?
We've been here before.
We have?
Yeah, this reminds me of when we first started training together. For every stride we made, it seemed like there was a setback. But no matter what happened, you never gave up. It's the reason I knew you were the right person to come in to help us take down Mutiny.
Thanks. That means a lot.
I hate to interrupt here, but we need to figure out what's next. How are we going to counter Mutiny getting stronger?
Sorry, we got a bit off track. Which brand should we focus on? Keep in mind, if I go to Raw, I only have live event matches lined up.
I have to say, it's nice to have someone else around here who's still taking the threat of mutiny seriously.
Yeah, do people think just because we took on Seth and Becky that the issue with mutiny is over?
I think they're too afraid to admit they're staring into a brewing storm. But that's where things stand. Nothing I can do.
So we wait while NXT plans? Come on, Aldis. I thought you were the GM.
I am, but my options are limited on what I can actually do. The board is sitting on their hands, which means they're sitting on mine too.
I wasn't brought here because my old partner needed a spotter. We need to be proactive. Is everybody just waiting around to get attacked?
And hoping it won't happen to them. It's been a while since the initial invasion. People are starting to get complacent, I guess.
Where's a mutiny invasion when you need one? Those initial massed attacks really lit a fire under the roster.
Exactly.
Do you know what happened to that mask Mutiny used during those first attacks?
It's sitting in my desk drawer. Why?
No reason. Listen, I've got something I need to do, but let's talk later.
Sounds good. Keep fighting the good fight.
Oh, I will.
Zoe Stark looks to make a statement here on SmackDown tonight.
From behind!
Looks like Mutiny's making a statement of their own.
Oh, it is over!
Zoe wobbling, looking vulnerable.
Perched on the shoulders!
No official needed.
See what happened earlier tonight? These random masked mutiny attacks starting up again. It's unexpected.
I did see it. Firsthand, actually.
What aren't you telling me?
That it was me. I attacked Zoe Stark under the mask. Think about it. A new mutiny attack reinvigorated and united the roster. And Mutiny can't deny this one without looking like they're too scared to take credit. It's foolproof.
Nothing is ever foolproof. But it is clever. And dangerous.
You know what? I got a taste of calling the shots when we went after the Unity titles, and it worked. I wasn't gonna sit back and be on the defensive anymore.
Maybe you have a point.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to stoop to their level and stir up trouble just for the fun of it, but sometimes you have to embrace the chaos to be heard. And that's what I'm doing here.
Just make sure you don't get caught if you do it again. And you should definitely do it again.
I plan to.
Oh, wow, rendered unconscious. The official has to call it.
Where'd you come from?
I've been standing right here staring at my phone.
Sorry, I'm a little on edge. These attacks, they're relentless. I've been patrolling backstage non-stop.
Well, at least the roster has come together, right? Wasn't that what we were hoping for?
Yes, that is nice. But honestly, I haven't had a full night's sleep since this started. It's taking a toll. They even broke into my office and stole back that mutiny mask. If they can get in there, they can get in anywhere.
Relax. I've got a match in a couple days with a member of the mutiny crew down at NXT. I'll look around. Maybe I can even steal the mask back.
You're going to NXT? Alone? The way things are escalating, I wouldn't put it past that masked attacker to target you, especially on their turf.
Thanks for the concern, but we need to show we're not intimidated. Besides, I have a feeling I'll be okay.
All the same, judging by what I'm hearing, it won't be hard to find some support I can send with you. Let me see what I can do.
Thanks. I'm sure this lone attacker will definitely stay away if I've got some extra muscle behind me.
Yeah, but that's what's bothering me. The whole lone attacker thing? Ever since they announced themselves, they've been striking in packs.
Maybe they've changed their tactics.
Maybe.
Let me know if you find anything.
I will. Good luck in your match.
From SmackDown, and she didn't come alone.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring.
Perched on the shoulders, feast your eyes.
Dolan's got to dig deep now.
Well, the ref doesn't even see the cover. Valuable seconds passing as they're distracted.
An emphatic victory.
Here is your winner,
We might be at NXT, but everything's coming up SmackDown. Huge.
Masked attacker?
I can. After a comprehensive search here at SmackDown tonight, we've made a significant discovery. The mutiny mask used in the attacks was found inside one of our locker rooms. That's right. These atrocities were perpetrated by a SmackDown superstar, someone we considered one of our own.
Are you able to reveal the name of the superstar you believe carried out these attacks?
Yes. It pains me to say this because of the trust I had in this woman, but it appears that our masked attacker is none other than Naomi.
You're saying that Naomi has been a double agent for Mutiny?
Sadly, it is unquestionably so.
Stunning information that I'm sure will send shockwaves through the WWE universe. Thank you, Nick.
That was an unexpected turn of events.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. The mask was in my locker, not Naomi's.
Well, here's the thing. When I heard Aldous was on a locker hunt, I panicked. I couldn't let you get caught, so I grabbed the mask from your bag and I ditched it. I don't know how it ended up in Naomi's locker, though.
Whatever happened, Naomi got caught in the crossfire. And the only people who know she's innocent are her and the two of us.
Sure, but I have a feeling Naomi's gonna end up joining Mutiny anyway. She might as well at this point. Once again, Mutiny gets stronger. Unless you want to try to convince her she's not alone.
I can't just watch Naomi go down for something she didn't do. It's not right. I'm not stupid enough to come completely clean, but I can at least give her some support.
Bold move. Let's see how this plays out.
To seize the moment now, waiting on her opponent.
Counters!
Oh, vicious right. He's got it down for the count. She might end it here.
And a victory! What a win she picks up here tonight!
Here are your winners, Naomi and Superstar!
With me to never get on your bad side around Halloween.
Yeah. You had both sides fooled with that mask. Reviving the concern about mutiny just when everyone was getting complacent? You shook things up.
Actions speak louder than words, especially from a masked attacker. And we needed to bring people around to our side.
And you did. Even when things went off the rails with Naomi, you pivoted. Seems like most people are willing to accept that neither of you were involved, and it was Mutiny all along.
And Naomi probably feels like she owes you one for having her back.
I might be the only one in WWE who knows for sure that she's innocent. Well, us three, I guess.
Our lips are sealed.
Yes, they are.
Hold that thought. My phone's blowing up with some big announcement that Triple H just posted on social media. Let's watch it.
For the past 2 months, the WWE board has kept a close eye on the movement known as NXT Mutiny. As previously stated, we've taken a stance of neutrality. Our position has not changed, but I'm here to announce there will be a clear and definitive end to this conflict at Survivor Series. It will be Raw and SmackDown on one side, NXT Mutiny on the other, squaring off in a best-of-3 series of matches to determine the fate of WWE. If Raw and SmackDown win, they can return things to normal and decide to punish NXT Mutiny for their uprising. If NXT Mutiny wins, WWE might look a whole lot different. There may not even be a Raw or SmackDown anymore. We are prepared for any outcome because this truly is a new era of equal opportunity. I have one more announcement. Before Survivor Series at NXT No Mercy, there will be a special preview match for the Unity Tag Team Championships. On one side, it will be the current champs, and on the other, the former champions from NXT, Jacy Jayne and Alexis King. So Raw SmackDown, NXT Mutiny. When it comes to Survivor Series, with the future of WWE at stake, are you ready? I said, are you?
I'm so sorry for interrupting Triple H's big announcement, but I have my own to make. It's not going to be JC Jane competing in the Unity title match, because we're initiating Freebird rules, and I'll be stepping in to make sure we take back what's ours. In fact, taking back the Unity titles is just the first step in taking back all of WWE and getting rid of the dead weight known as SmackDown and Raw. See you soon, dummies.
Are you serious? You know, it's one thing for Hunter to stay neutral, but now he's giving Mutiny a legit opportunity to take control of WWE? This guy's playing favorites. Hell, he might even be one of them.
Who knows at this point?
Fine. If Mutiny is doing Freebird rules for the preview tag match, then so can we. I want in.
You sure that's the right move?
I never got revenge for getting put on the shelf by the Unity champs. This way, I'll get my hands on Lexis King and the traitor who sent them after me.
Okay, you could take my place in the match, but I'll be out there in your corner to watch your backs.
Deal.
All that matters is we defend the titles. We're gonna need all the momentum we can get as we head toward Survivor Series.
Agreed. So let's not lose.
In control. CM Punk is...
Irish whip from Punk on Bailey.
And Punk follows it up with the knee.
And he nails the Bulldog. Vintage CM Punk.
This looks like it could be all over.
And there's the tag.
We've seen the defending champs win matches with the Whirlwind Splash, and now it's CM Punk's turn.
Wait, what?
Did that just happen?
I can't believe this. CM Punk has sided with Mutiny?
This can't be happening right now.
It's over. We have new Unity Tag Team Champions, all thanks to the shocking turn of one CM Punk.
And now CM Punk is directing Mutiny to attack the former champions. Punk was friends with these two. They trusted him. This is sick.
Honestly, with Punk's track record, we should have seen this coming.
We thought he was one of the leaders of WWE. I don't get it.
You're not the only one.
We could be witnessing the beginning of the end for WWE as we know it.
I hate to agree, Corey, but with CM Punk on their side, Mutiny now has all the momentum leading into the most important Survivor Series ever.
We are headed for dark times.
In fact, some people think wherever I go, I'm the source of it. So let's talk about why I'm here and how it happened. Buckle up. This story begins before I ever returned to WWE. Raw was in Chicago, and my old friend Bailey invited me to stop by. Before I was asked to leave, Bailey and I reminisced about her time in NXT, which gave me an idea. If I was going to sign another WWE contract, sure, I wanted to main event WrestleMania, but that wasn't enough. I wanted to create real, permanent change, a legacy. After I signed, I went to the PC and met the men and women there. They had all the talent in the world, but once they left NXT, they were at the mercy of the corporate overlords who didn't give a damn about their stories, their abilities, or what they had done to get to that point. Year after year, NXT would build stars only to have them stolen by the so-called main roster and then tossed aside. If NXT management wasn't going to do anything about it, I was. NXT was the voiceless who needed my voice. With Bailey on board, we recruited Kevin Owens and the NXT roster, and we started a movement. Powerful and permanent change. A legacy. And now with Triple H and the board's blessing, thanks, Paul, We not only have a seat at the table, but the chance to smash that table to pieces. It wasn't easy getting to this point. Friendships broken. Lies were told. Sacrifices had to be made. The night of the big invasion, I had to listen to the start of my own revolution as I lay on the concrete floor pretending to be a victim. All I could do was smile on the inside, knowing that my mutiny had begun. As that mutiny unfolded, I even had most of the locker room and the WWE Universe thinking Triple H was on our side. Crazy, right? Or is it? Unfortunately, for the plan to work, I couldn't be upfront with certain individuals. Namely, the now former Unity champions. When you were busy trying to start a new world order, who do you think riled up R-Truth and got the Raw and SmackDown rosters fighting each other? That would be me. Who do you think put the mutiny mask in Naomi's locker, huh? You thought it just magically transported its way from the trash can? It was me, you simpletons. You two used to train together, right? Maybe just quit WWE now and go open up a gym. Early retirement. This is your chance to get out before someone gets hurt. Maybe someday you'll understand why I did what I did. But for now, just know that it was for the greater good. When Mutiny reaches its endgame, I will leave WWE not only better, but entirely different than it was when I arrived. And that's a change that was long overdue. So anyone else out there who's on the fence, I implore you to do what's right and get on board the NXT Mutiny Revolution now. Because after Survivor Series, you do not want to be on the wrong side of history.
I wanted to get the four of us together after everything that happened with Punk. How are you two holding up?
We're okay, but definitely didn't see that one coming.
No one did. Punk had us all doubting Triple H. Turns out he was just trying to divert attention away from himself the entire time.
This feels like that winter when we both got hurt doing that insane drill.
Oh yeah. You messed up your knee and I broke my arm. We were the walking wounded for a while there.
Yeah, at first we were helpless and ready to sit out until we healed up. But after a week or so, we started to figure out how to help each other compensate for what we were missing.
So you figured out how to get by?
You can use that experience. You don't need Punk. You never did. You have each other.
I guess you're right. But even though we have each other, we still need help if we're going to defeat Mutiny at Survivor Series.
I know you couldn't trust anyone in the locker room before, but now you don't really have a choice. And besides, in the time since Mutiny formed, certain individuals have proven their loyalty to our side. We should start there.
Keep in mind, these superstars will compete for us in the best-of-3 series. Everything is at stake, including our livelihoods and the future of WWE. So choose carefully.
Which brand do you want to go recruit first?
I'll start on Raw, talking to superstars from the men's division.
Okay. You have our full support.
Partner are the ones to talk to about Survivor Series. Well, there's no need for a big discussion. I'm in.
That sounds a lot more like a demand than a request.
It's not a demand. It's the way you're gonna win. If there's a man in WWE who can tear down CM Punk and everything he represents, it's me.
I'm not even sure you could draw him out, though. Punk's been hiding down in Orlando, surrounded by his army of followers. It's a fortress.
Brother, trolling cowardly moron Punk is one of the great joys in my life. I'll get him so mad, he won't be able to resist coming out of his spider hole.
How are you going to do that? It's going to take more than simple name-calling.
Okay. Remember when Punk had a midlife crisis and became a failed MMA fighter?
Yep. Not his finest hour.
Nope. And you know he just lies awake at night, stewing in his failure. Now you put me on your Survivor Series team, I'm gonna revisit his little foray into MMA to show him how a real fighter takes care of business.
Damn. That would drive Punk nuts.
So what do you say? Ready to roll with me all the way through Survivor Series?
Man, I am so ready to troll CM Punk. I just wish I could see the look on his face when you rake him over the coals.
Great! Now grab yourself some popcorn and a seat at the backstage monitor, because I'm gonna go out there and prove that MMA is just one more thing that I do better than cowardly moron Punk.
And that will do it.
Not you crawled out from under your troll bridge to try to call me out again. We've been going back and forth for so long, I can barely remember what got your skivvies in a bunch to begin with. It doesn't really matter though, does it? Because every time you step to CM Punk, you end up red-faced and humiliated. But now I hear you want to be one of WWE's chosen ones at Survivor Series to take on Mutiny. We've all seen how you excel as a chosen one. There can be only one, and you ain't it, Drew. You want CM Punk so bad? Well, you're gonna get your wish when CM Punk shows up at Raw next week, looks you in your creepy eyes in the middle of that ring and slaps that dumb beard off your doofus face. Again.
Do you see Punk's rant? You've definitely got him riled up.
That was the plan.
It's good to have him off his game. But when Punk says he's showing up here to confront you tonight, I would assume there's going to be some kind of mutiny trap.
Well, that's the safest bet you're ever gonna make. Here's the thing. If he springs a trap on me, he'll probably pop his shoulder out of his socket, so I'm not terribly worried.
Punk may be made out of fine china, but Mutiny has plenty of badasses on their roster, and they could come from anywhere. So I'm still gonna watch your back.
Good man. You watch for Mutiny backstage, I'll meet Punk in the ring. This goes right, that little creep isn't gonna make it to Survivor Series.
Neckbreaker! And they're ready to strike in the corner! Claymore! That might be arm.
Drew is setting him up for the Claymore. That'll take his head.
What the hell? That's Lex's King!
Oh, we've got another CM Punk out here.
Gigi Dolan out of nowhere with a high knee. And here comes KO to direct traffic.
This pack of punks are taking Drew McIntyre apart. I don't like the looks of this. Go to sleep.
Clearly, they're sending a message from CM Punk.
Come on, get in here. Is that all you got?
Insult meet injury. GG Punk's got Drew McIntyre in the Anaconda Vice.
We need some help out here. Is anyone in the locker room going to stop this mutiny assault?
This is a major setback in the war against Mutiny.
And Punk didn't even need to show up.
Drew McIntyre called out CM Punk, and now he's been beaten up by a whole army of them.
Where the hell were you? You were supposed to be watching my back.
I would have if the army of punks hadn't jumped me before they came out to get you. Great security, Pierce.
I'm not taking the fall for this one. You and McIntyre lit the fuse by antagonizing Punk and Mutiny.
Antagonize Mutiny? You daft? Punk's bunch of brainless mannequins have been attacking WWE since the night of the draft. We didn't start any of this.
Guys, we can aim at each other in a circular firing squad or turn our ammunition on Mutiny.
No, you're right. But so far, we've gotten the appetizers and not the meal. How can we get the real CM Punk in the ring?
Trust me. I'll get Punk in that ring. You just give me a live microphone next week.
Deal.
When all of Punk's mini-me's show up, and they will show up.
This time, I'll be ready for him.
Drew McIntyre is in a familiar position here.
I have a feeling Drew is about to drop a pipe bomb of his own.
You know, they say time is a flat circle. And that sure is the case with Can't Mend Punk. Here's how it always goes. Punk shows up to great fanfare. He gathers an entourage of weak, sad, desperate people who buy enough of his knockoff cult leader garbage to follow him off a cliff. Then he has a tantrum, and he goes home, leaving everyone who trusted him broken in a ravine at the bottom of that cliff. Just look at the splintered locker rooms this vile cancer leaves in his wake, and you'll see.
Here we go.
If it's the real Punk this time.
It's him. CM Punk is here.
This is what Drew wanted.
I want to talk right down to earth in a language that even Drew McIntyre can easily understand. Here it is, Drew. You need some new material. You've been the same whining crybaby since the Machine anointed you the Chosen One, and everybody laughed you out of the territory. I don't blame you if you don't remember that, but look it up. There's plenty of video online.
Hey, we're done talking. Now why don't you bring your brittle bones down here, and we'll settle this the old-fashioned way.
Nah, not tonight. See, that's your problem. You're old-fashioned, and this is a whole new world. This will get settled, but not by me. Come on out, boys.
Yeah, about your mates. They've been delayed.
Is that Drew's sword?
It looks like it's trapped whoever Punk brought here from Mutiny. And not as confident now, are you, Punk?
He's getting the hell out of here.
No, he isn't.
And they've got Punk cornered.
Wait, there's KO.
McIntyre just leveled Kevin Owens.
Owens' distraction worked.
For Punk, maybe.
Kevin Owens is the
biggest time.
Lifted and completely helpless here. No. Power bomb out of the apron.
That's it. Calling it by knockout.
This close. We were this close to taking Punk off the board.
He might have slipped away, but we did take out KO at least.
And I bet he has some serious questions about Punk's leadership right now. Your plan worked, Drew. Just not exactly the way you intended.
Not a total loss, then.
It's a win. Every bit of dissension inside Mutiny can help us win at Survivor Series.
Seriously. We couldn't have picked a better man to join our team.
Should we all hold hands and sing Kumbaya, then? Or get to figuring out how we end Punk and Mutiny once and for all?
You're right. Let's focus on the battle at hand. We can have a big karaoke party after Mutiny is defeated.
We're all agreed. Victory, then karaoke. So what's our next move?
I'm sticking around on Raw, getting some work in, making sure we're ready for anything Mutiny throws our way.
I agree. We need to be a well-oiled machine to defeat Punk in NXT.
And when the time's right, I'll find someone on SmackDown.
Sounds like a plan.
Hey there. I was gonna give you a hard time about losing the Unity belt, but I don't have the heart. A betrayal like that had to suck.
Thanks, Becky. It's mostly just my pride that aches at this point, which is why I am going to take all of Punk's away at Survivor Series.
That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Nick Aldis told me you and your partner were in charge of recruiting Team WWE. I want in.
Oh, wow. Becky, you are literally a legend, so I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
But there's a mountain of responsibility on your shoulders, and you want to make sure you're making the right call, because if you screw this up, it's pretty much the end of WWE as we know it.
Sounds overwhelming when you put it that way.
Well then, how would you like to walk into Survivor Series knowing you're facing a mutiny that's already broken?
I would like that very much. Tell me more.
Before Punk stuck a knife in your backs in a way he never could have if Seth and I had been the Unity champions.
You're a real peach.
The whole world thought Bayley was the puppet mistress pulling the strings of this mutiny rebellion. And as you may have heard, she and I have a bit of a history.
A bit? You were part of the NXT 4 horsewomen together. You and Bailey don't just have history, you have mythology.
Exactly. Nobody knows Bailey as well as I do. And I'm sure that going from revolutionary leader to CM Punk's second fiddle has got to be driving her mad.
And you want to use that to drive a wedge.
Not only drive a wedge, I can drive Bailey all the way back to WWE.
That happens, Mutiny doesn't walk into Survivor Series. They hobble.
Exactly. I know just how to get under Bailey's skin, too. My next match, she's gonna see me do all her moves better than she does. So you give me the green light, and I'll go to work.
If you can split Mutiny's core and bring Bailey back home to WWE, you're not just on our Survivor Series team. You're the linchpin.
Linchpin. I'm the punter around these parts. That's gimmick infringement.
If you're gonna steal, steal from the best.
Flattery will get you everywhere. All right, let's see if I can get my old pal's attention.
To the back of the knee. Work, and still it wasn't enough. Bailey can clinch this one here. And a big victory here tonight.
Here is your winner.
Welcome to the return of Ding Dong. Hello! I'm your host, Bailey. And I'm wearing some brand new fancy slacks for the occasion. This week, we have the biggest guest I have ever seen walk through that door. She's an icon, a legend, the former leader of Mutiny, me!
You know, I had this really funny bit about Bailey walking through that door and doing a big pratfall like some cheesy sitcom. But honestly, it's just making me sad. See, I miss Bailey. The real Bailey. My Bailey. I'm doing all this to try and remind her who she really is. Do you remember, Bailey? Do you? You're a force of nature. You built damage control from nothing into one of the most dominant factions in WWE and kept them there for 2 years. You're a leader. If it had really been you in charge of Mutiny, I might not like it, but at least I'd respect the game. But this, following a cult leader like Punk off a cliff, that's not you. That can't be you. If you rang the doorbell and walked through that door, all I'd ask is what the hell happened to my friend. So instead, later tonight, I'm gonna go out there, and when the bell rings, I hope you're standing across from me. It's time we mend our fences.
Look out!
Kairi Sane from behind.
This was a setup. Becky was distracted. Now Kairi's laying in the punches.
The referee's finally getting some control.
It's about damn time.
Nope, Kairi's going back. Get up, Becky. Becky is setting up for her. Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And that will do it. Not getting up from that one, so it's called.
Becky. A couple of weeks to figure out why you were so determined to get my attention. Now I see. It's the same thing it's always been with you, Rebecca. Green-eyed envy. You're right. I did build damage control from the ground up, and then they fell apart without me. Just like the horsewomen fell apart without me. It must drive you crazy that everything I touch turns to gold, while every professional relationship you've ever had falls to dust. You believe you can cause tension between Punk and me because you think we work by the same code as the WWE locker room. Every person for themselves. You're wrong. Mutiny is different. We're breaking the old hierarchies. You are the one who sold your soul for success, Becky. You call yourself the man when you've been dancing a jig to WWE's tunes since the beginning. Your book tour, your morning show interviews, your fans, all gifts from the machine for being a good little girl. You would throw any friend under the bus to get ahead. Unlike Kairi Sane, who joined Mutiny out of loyalty to our friendship. Loyalty, which you never had. I don't know what you're after, Becky, but I know there's one way to settle it. in the ring. But I'm not the fool you think I am. You're not going to sucker me into a SmackDown trap. Come home to the place that made you, Becky. Come face me at NXT and I'll show you what you really are. A puppet. You're not the only one who can play mind games. Stay tuned.
Becky Lynch, manhandle slam.
Will that sew this up for Becky?
2. Becky Lynch walked into Mutiny's home base and defeated their second in command.
Is tonight the end of this rivalry or a new beginning?
Come on! Come on, Bailey, shake my hand. Come on! This isn't who you are. Please,
She's going to do it.
Bailey's coming home.
Never. Never.
Damage control? What the heck?
I knew it. I knew Bailey was too far gone.
I never thought I would see those women standing together as a unit again.
You see, Becky? This is what the horsewomen never had. Loyalty. How many times have we all stabbed each other in the back? Again and again and again and again until 4 became 3. You were right about one thing. Mending fences. And so I did. With my real sisters. You might have beaten me in a match, but you lost tonight. Because damage control is mutiny.
Damage control is mutiny, which means WWE is in serious trouble.
I don't think Becky Lynch is worried about mutiny or WWE right now, Byron.
She's thinking about the friend she just lost forever.
Uh-oh. About to... And now it looks like they're done.
Done.
Tony D'Angelo? After what happened backstage, I don't think he's making it out here.
Well, Punk expected reinforcements, but the Unity champions are on their own tonight.
We've seen this before.
A massive whirlwind splash.
And King can't do anything about it.
This will do it.
Chad Patton has stopped counting.
Maybe he forgot what number comes next.
Looks like they're going to remind him.
Wait, Bailey with the roll-up. It's over.
Chad Patton knew how to count that time.
That was a fast count. What the heck is going on here?
Chad Patton is running away with mutiny before anyone else can argue.
This is a new low. Mutiny has infiltrated the referees.
Are we really surprised at this point when it comes to what mutiny will do?
Hold on, it looks like Lexis King got left behind.
Yeah, and he's just realizing that right now.
Doesn't look like Lexis King's going anywhere.
Are these 4 superstars our team for Survivor Series? We may have lost this one, but now Lexis King is going to pay. And the other members of Mutiny are letting it happen.
No honor among thieves.
This could be a preview of Survivor Series.
This doesn't look good for King.
No, it does not.
And down onto the ringside floor.
What a chaotic SmackDown. A longtime WWE official has joined Mutiny.
But Team WWE answered with 4 unstoppable superstars. Survivor Series can't come soon enough.
We're going to get some kind of audio-visual presentation.
Bailey has proven she's not a leader. Everything she touches turns to trash.
Bailey is not nearly as smart as she thinks she is.
The obvious person to blame for all the failures is Bailey.
Harsh words from Punk and KO about one of their trusted generals.
And right before Survivor Series? What a bombshell!
You have to believe Mutiny is paying close attention right now.
I assume everyone's laser focused as we head into Survivor Series.
Let's hear what Team WWE has to say.
You know, I've always wondered if the Mutiny minions know how the so-called voice of the voiceless talks about them behind their backs.
Well, they do now. Loyalty in Mutiny comes with an expiration date. Who knows what else they're saying off the record?
Members of Mutiny, if you feel betrayed, WWE will welcome you with open arms!
CM Punk has heard enough.
I don't know where you got that audio, but this whole scheme reeks of desperation. Mutiny isn't built on fragile egos or naive trust. Bayley knows I value her. We're stronger than your petty manipulations.
You seem rattled, Punk. Is it because while you're plotting and planning, your faithful followers are plotting their exits? They're not loyalists. They're opportunists, just like you.
And after Survivor Series, you'll find yourself a leader without an army, without a follower, without a friend.
So, Mutiny isn't loyal? They're gonna leave me all alone? Let's test that theory. 4 of my so-called minions are in your arena right now. As usual, you think you're playing chess, but really, it's just tic-tac-toe. Predictable and easily countered.
Mutiny is here to go tic-tac-toe-to-toe with Team WWE.
Survivor Series can wait, but apparently we can't. It looks like we're about to have a 4-on-4 match right here on SmackDown after this. Setting Io up for a suplex here.
Shades of Eddie Guerrero.
Hold on. Io's got backup.
But Team WWE was ready.
Wait a second.
Asuka with the poison mist.
Where did she come from?
Io with a moonsault from out of nowhere.
The genius of the sky had a genius plan.
And that'll do it.
Mutiny has drawn first blood here at Survivor Series, and WWE is on its heels, down 1-0.
You have to wonder if we're even going to see a Unity title match tonight in that third and final contest. Kevin Owens could make this a series sweep of Team WWE.
This night could go from bad to worse.
The countdown has begun. And that's a lot of blood starting to pour from Owens' head.
Will Drew finish things now?
And that'll about do it, folks.
Here is your winner, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
We're back in it, Corey. What a clutch win for Team WWE.
Champ.
Oh.
And Bayley's result. This is it. The Civil War is over.
No! Bayley is not ready to give up on the rebellion.
And the referee's helpless since it's no disqualification.
Is that who I think it is?
We thought Mutiny had taken out half of our team.
They may have taken a shot, but this leader of Team WWE isn't going down that easily.
Bayley and Punk don't look so confident all of a sudden.
What they look is scared, Saxton. They see Mutiny crumbling before their very eyes.
Team WWE has Mutiny on the ropes.
Oh, my God.
What? What is happening?
I'll tell you what's happening. We're seeing yet another defection.
At the worst possible time. With everything these two have been through, I never thought I'd see this.
This is a shocking betrayal. It's a choice that can't be taken.
What I did tonight in the ring, taking a stand for myself, that felt good. It's been a while since I've had a chance to drop dead weight. Since I stopped training with a former partner, in fact. Though, I'm glad we stayed close. If we hadn't, you would have never reached out, expecting me to drop everything, leave MMA, and jump in to rescue you. When I agreed to help, I may have bent the truth a little and said I was ride or die. I was also looking for the right opportunity. I was looking for an opportunity to finally put myself front and center. Not just be a sidekick to someone who always puts themselves first. That's what CM Punk gave me. The chance to eliminate the world of fabricated first draft picks, self-obsessed brass ring grabbers, and anyone too stubborn to see the light of change coming to this industry. So to my former training partner, let me be clear. If I had known what was ahead of me all those years ago, I would have actually quit that day and found someone else to train with. Because it wasn't the grueling workouts or injuries that made it hard. It was you. But now that I see clearly, I'm with people who actually care about me and my future. I'm the one standing tall, not letting you make decisions for me anymore. And you lost everything.
I have a pretty good idea of some legendary talent who are always ready for a fight.
Good. Then I'll leave you to it.
Hey, do you have a second?
The con's not open yet. You'll have to... Wow. I know things didn't go well for you with Mutiny, but it's a bit soon to be joining us on the autograph circuit, isn't it? Hey, look who's here. It's the outcast of WWE.
DDP! Of course it's me. And as long as you're not trying to take a cut of the yoga market, we're cool.
Don't worry. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here to ask for your help. I know you both can see what Mutiny is doing, dismantling the company you built with all the sacrifices you made night after night. WWE means so much to so many people. So I'm asking you for one more sacrifice, because I need an army to take on Mutiny. I need the WWE legends.
You're right. I've never liked Mutiny, and it's been getting worse and worse since they won a Survivor Series.
But you can't expect us to just drop everything. I mean, look around. We're busy people.
Look, I don't mean any disrespect.
None taken. After all, respect is earned.
We've seen what you can do against the current generation. But if you want our help, you gotta show us what you can do against a legend.
I'd be honored to face either of you in a match.
We'll sit this one out. But we do have a few friends joining us here today if you can stick around until the convention opens.
I'm sure Alundra Blaze or Big Papa Pump will be fired up to get you in the ring.
Scott Steiner? You could say I'm officially pumped for this match.
Bang!
Can you warn me next time you're gonna bang?
This is where you need to dig deep. It's about heart, something I've always prided myself on.
Apparently, CM Punk has some sort of major announcement regarding WrestleMania. I can't wait.
Mutiny Universe! What I have proven the past few months is that it only takes a spark to start a fire. One person to take a stand and change the trajectory of the whole business. Speaking of changing the business, let's address all those rumors about the WrestleMania main event. Surprise! It's bigger than that. This year, with Mutiny in charge, we're holding WrestleMania CM! And of course, yours truly will headline Mutiny's biggest show against...
What the hell?
Sorry, Punk. Change your plans.
Finn Balor trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh my God, it's X-Pac!
They've infiltrated the Infiltrators!
Talk about a change of plans!
WWE legends, Hall of Famers, Whoa, is in on this.
3D through the table. Mutiny's never faced anything like this before.
They're definitely on their heels right now.
Is that Alundra Blaze? They're pulling out all the stops.
I think this has Punk's attention.
Bailey and KO are going to try to level the playing field. Good luck.
It looks like Mutiny is completely off their game.
All hell has broken loose here at Mutiny's home base.
It's about time someone took a stand against them.
Trish Stratus and Scott Steiner are here.
And look who's with them. Mutiny's nemesis is back.
That's right. You better run.
This is unbelievable.
No, Corey, this is beautiful.
Punk's been fooling around, and now he's going to find out.
Looks like Punk didn't want a taste of his own medicine.
Punk's hightailing it so fast, he didn't have time to blow a kiss. Is Punk going to get away? You gotta be kidding me.
Not this time.
Maybe we'll finally get some justice.
See, Punk had to expect this after everything he's put him through.
Into the steel door.
Punk's in trouble here.
From behind.
We gotta go.
The SOB is gonna get away again.
Punk may have escaped, but this battle has been won. We're getting word that all of Mutiny is fleeing their home base of the Performance Center.
Mutiny has fallen.
It's about damn time.
A pin! We have a pin! And just like that, the nightmare that was Mutiny is officially over.
Normally I'd say that's overly dramatic, Saxton, but not after everything we've been put through.
CM Punk is clearly not happy with the outcome.
Mutiny may be finished, but I have a feeling there's still business to be settled.
It looks like we're going to have some words exchanged here.
And it is time!
Sweet chin music!
That'll keep you out for good.
This match is over. Not only has a personal score been settled, but the final remnant of Mutiny has been cleared from WWE.
Good riddance.
A clear statement has been made tonight. Long live the showcase of the Immortals.
It'll outlive us all, Michael. When good people stand up for what they believe in, they can turn back an entire rebellion.
Now that the mutiny is over, it's time to start thinking about what's next.
At least we know we're in good hands with this superstar leading the way.
For Byron Saxton, Corey Graves, I'm Michael Cole, and this was WWE WrestleMania.
We used to date.
Wow, you came all the way here to an indie show to see me? Must really be desperate for help against NXT.
Ah, my ex calling me desperate. I missed that.
I'm going to ignore that, but I suppose we did make a good team. Might be nice to get back together. In the ring only, of course.
Not to mention the fact Mutiny keeps adding top names, so I can't really trust many people in WWE right now.
So you're saying I was your only option? I see how it is.
Best and only option. So what do you think? Will you do it?
I've been ready for an opportunity like this to step up from the indies. I'm in.
Great. We need to get started right away.
Okay, just hang on a minute. I do have one more match obligation to fulfill here tonight. Then we'll get started.
Okay. And try to win. Because if you lose, I might have second thoughts about this. And then my next best option is this guy named Troy Simpkin, and at that point I might as well just let NXT take over.
Haven't changed a bit.
The unified titles are serious.
Bad punch for the title.
And the glory.
And the champs stay the champs. What a title defense.
Here are your winners, and still the Unified Tag Team Champions, Dangerous Benjamin the Destroyer and the Superstar.
My. We're just now getting word that there's a developing situation backstage.
This could be the NXT Mutiny invasion we were warned about.
Hey, pay attention!
Fallon Henley and JD McDonough are here.
What are these invaders up to?
They're trying to get in that door.
His hand is stuck.
I think there's glue on the door handle.
Fallon Henley's seen enough.
That did not go as planned.
Everything in the ring has come to a complete standstill.
Everyone wants to see if these invaders give up or if they're thirsty for more.
Josh Briggs and Wolfgang are here.
Taken out by some kind of tripwire.
That'll hurt.
And down comes a barrage of ladders.
McDonough and Henley seem to have gotten out from under one door and through another.
And I think they've realized just who set all these traps.
Fallon takes a huge spill.
Those stairs have been greased. McDonough isn't going to make that mistake. He's avoiding the steps.
Is that top rope electrified?
A shocking turn of events.
Dominic wants no part of this and is heading for the exits.
Can you blame him? Look at what his opponent's done to these mutiny clowns.
It's a count-out victory, but this invasion was a comedy of errors.
In comedy and battle, timing is everything. And tonight, the timing was impeccably disastrous.
Their opponent wasn't.
Hang on, is that Dunk the Clown's music?
Looks like Priest's problems are ballooning.
Doink's in the ring.
Inserting themselves into this action now.
About to hit.
Damian doesn't know where he is.
2. And there's the win. Huge win here tonight.
Yes! I'll gather up some mandrake root, practice my chanting. I bet I can find a crystal ball. All the witchy stuff.
That will not be necessary. If you're going to hang with the unholy union, you'll need to elevate the group, not take it down.
Yes, of course. You want elevation? You are going to get it.
It's time for the unholy union to make their presence known. They send a shiver right down my spine.
Chelsea Green and Piper Niven don't look too scared, Byron.
Well, it looks like they've got a new member of their coven.
That's one half of the Unity champions. Why would she be associating with the unholy union?
I'm not sure, Saxton, and it doesn't look like Isla and Alba are quite sure either.
Wait a second here. Is she floating?
This is witchcraft!
Well, that spell didn't turn out too well.
At least Chelsea and Piper are amused.
See, Saxton? There was no real magic here.
Isla and Alba do not seem very happy with their new acolyte.
Looks like their coven mate is ready to go anyway. She's leading the charge to the ring.
She's leading it on her own. Isla and Alba have abandoned their new sidekick.
And the witch in training has no idea she's alone.
She does now.
The referee's making this a handicap match.
The shoulders! Pop! This has to be it. There's no way to recover.
Cover! And she wins! That is a huge victory!
Okay, you can do this. In shadows deep, while cauldron brews, I cast a wicked spell for use. From mutiny's spite, we shall be free, protected by my sorcery. By spell and rhyme, protection spun. For mutiny, the joke's begun. SmackDown safe, they're led astray. Delayed by paths that twist and sway. See? Magic! I knew it couldn't be that hard.
Running knee lift. Fallon Henley has lost any sense of command in this one.
This can't be how Fallon envisioned tonight going.
Flattened with a down. She covers for the pin. And that ends the gauntlet for Fallon Henley.
Up into the torture rack. Oh! Feast your eyes. Wesley is in serious danger.
We have an elimination.
Perched on the shoulders.
Oh! Feast your eyes. Lash is out. That's it.
Cover. Another victory, but how much longer can the only member of the SmackDown roster in attendance go?
It looks like Lash Legend is calling for more reinforcements.
Who turned out the lights?
It's Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Where the hell did they come from?
That's what Lash would like to know.
They couldn't have arrived at a better moment.
Lash Legend wants no part of the Unholy Alliance.
What are they doing now, guys?
That is some kind of witchy voodoo. It's creeping me out.
Nonetheless, I'm getting word that SmackDown's roster has arrived at the arena, and Mutiny is getting the hell out of here.
I don't know if Isla and Alba showing up to protect their friend out of the blue is magic or coincidence, but they've ended Mutiny's attack.
Welcome aboard. I have a feeling you're going to be WWE's dream and Mutiny's nightmare.
3 decades.
Randy Orton? Why is he getting involved?
Orton's gonna take out Cody Rhodes.
Has Mutiny gained an apex predator?
What the hell does he think he's doing?
We're gonna try.
But their opponent,
big right hand.
The American Nightmare looking to put his opponent on Dream Street Crossroads.
That's it. I think KO might be out.
Finally ends it. And all the bloodshed. Perhaps worth it now. R-Truth is on a collision course with WWE Champion John Cena.
Look out.
What the hell is Cody Rhodes doing?
Wait for it.
That was brutal.
Rhodes has his opponent.
For the crossroads.
Cena wasn't ready. Could be over.
2. That'll do it.
Dawkins brought a big attack of their own.
Oh, what a cloak. Here's the cover. Does he have him? That will end it.
Stardust looking to end things with the Queen's crossbow.
Will Stardust take advantage?
2 count. Picking up the...
It's a deal. I'll talk to the GMs and get you right back to the spot you were in before you went away. Then you announce you're joining our Survivor Series team to take down Mutiny.
I'm in. Go pull the necessary strings.
That sooner perish than lose their title. And guys, look at Rhea Ripley. She thought this was over.
Title in the balance with the pin.
It's over. The reign is over.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's World Champion, Rhea
Ripley just defeated one of her greatest enemies to become Women's World Champion. Mommy's on top once again. Of energy.
Kick to the gut. Here it comes.
There's the riptide.
That might have just sealed the deal on us having a new champ.
2.
New champion! I can't believe it!
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley!
We've got ourselves a double women's champion.
Cross, the champ might be running on fumes.
And Ripley is pinned to decide the championship. In less than a week, Rhea Ripley has returned to WWE and won all 3 of the women's championships.
A historic accomplishment, Cole.
But what is Ripley doing now?
Incoming!
That almost took the referee's head off.
Wait a second, she's not thinking.
I think she is, Saxton.
Rhea Ripley's going to throw the WWE Championships in the trash.
Or the NXT Women's title.
We're about to find out which side she's on. Io just lost her title, and now it might end up in the trash.
What is Rhea Ripley going to do?
Yes! Rhea's Team WWE!
This pro-mutiny crowd can't believe it.
Hey, Io, it's time to go garbage picking.
Rhea's statement tonight has changed the odds for Survivor Series in WWE's favor. Hold on, that's not Mutiny making their way to the ring, but it sure looks like it. Someone has definitely been studying their opponents.
Look out, I think CM Punk just got hurt.
You think we were transported to NXT?
Look at KO. He looks really focused and ready to go.
The swagger, the intensity, it's spot on.
And Io Sky looks like she's had a few too many.
They say laughter is the best medicine, and this might just be the prescription WWE needed tonight.
Mutiny are going to need prescriptions after these 4 are done with them at Survivor Series.
You have to believe Mutiny is paying close attention right now.
I assume everyone's laser focused as we head into Survivor Series.
Let's hear what Team WWE has to say.
Your savior is here. I am CM Punk, and I have come to rescue WWE and revolutionize this entire sport so that I can benefit.
And me too, right?
We'll see, Bailey.
You're the boss. Watching you orchestrate all these double crosses is so reassuring for your second in command.
That's the kind of loyalty that keeps us on top.
I thought it was all the cheating.
CM Punk has heard enough.
I guess imitation is the highest form of flattery. Or maybe this is all just hero worship. But while you're busy out there clowning around, Mutiny is continuing our takeover. And after Survivor Series, our dominance will be undeniable.
Which one is the real Punk? What Midwestern city are you from? Only the real CM Punk would know that. It's not like he constantly talks about it and has made it the cornerstone of his oh-so-authentic, down-to-earth, blue-collar personality.
Bailey, ding dong, hello. It's the Windy City, which is perfect because I'm full of hot air.
You're so intent on entertaining everyone, aren't you? Well, if it's a show you want, I'm more than happy to oblige. Because as it turns out, you're not the only ones at SmackDown tonight wearing Mutiny colors. And trust me, the others are not playing dress up.
I've got an idea that's a little out of the box. An army that's uniquely qualified for this endgame scenario that no one on Mutiny will see coming.
Good. Then I'll leave you to it.
Whoa. It's like stepping into some sort of trippy alternate dimension. Thanks, LJ.
Right? With our tech, we can do lots of crazy things in 2K games. Really anything the writers come up with. And trust me, they come up with some doozies.
Really cool that with your busy WWE schedule, you still make time to come here every year and do mocap for the game. I don't see every former WWE champion here.
Ever since I got roped into capturing some of my Aunt Justine's moves back in 23, I've been into it.
There are more former and future WWE champions here than a lot of people think. But you're not a lot of people, are you?
Hey, Buzz.
LJ? I find it hard to believe that an ousted WWE superstar made their way to Petaluma, California for a tech demo.
I did not. It's possible I have an agenda.
And it's possible you heard about a group of superstars who do mocap for the video game and share a largely unspoken connection?
Guilty as charged. I wanted to talk to you about...
Listen, I do have a feeling we all have a fair amount in common, but we've got to get changed in raw min. You'll have your chance to talk to everyone soon.
Sometimes even feels like years. Or another life.
And you had an insane journey of unleashing your full potential in WWE before becoming Women's World Champion.
I'm multifaceted, but you can call me Cap.
If that's okay, just don't soul siphon me. Are you still doing that?
No promises.
What's crazy is that last year I felt so connected to both of you, like I was walking in your shoes. I should apologize for not keeping up with your stories as much lately. And it's weird that I haven't seen you around backstage at WWE. And you haven't even been a part of this whole mutiny thing.
No apology necessary. The two of us are fine. We're both still in WWE, doing the work, living our lives, looking for the next big challenge.
So what is the next big challenge for you? After you beat Roman, I wondered what happened next. And after you won the title at WrestleMania, Cap, I wanted to see more.
But isn't that kind of up to the WWE Universe to decide?
What do you mean?
I like to think that what we show them is only the beginning. Their rise. And maybe where we leave off, there's an opportunity for our fans to take our stories and make them into what they want it to be. Write their own next chapter.
You get what we're saying, right?
Who are you talking to?
He's still in it, Horse. He doesn't see him yet.
Oh, right. I'll explain later. Depending on what happens with Mutiny, that is. WWE might not survive this. And I'm thinking this particular challenge may be a little more difficult than most if we're getting this meta about it. Might actually have the chance to fail this year.
You never know. Players say they want that as an option every year, and I don't know if they realize what they're asking for. Sorry, we've gone on a tangent. Welcome to mocap. We're happy to have you. Believe me, you'll fit right in.
Hey, you two seem familiar, but I'm not sure if I could place you.
We totally should have added make sure people remember who we are to the list, Red.
We can't add absolutely every little thing to the list, Trey.
Okay, but somehow there was still room for the crybaby match on it?
You're still mad about that?
Yes, I'm still mad about that. Who wants to lose to X-Pac and be forced to wear a diaper?
Hi, sorry. I'm Red, and this is Trey. You've probably picked up on this, but in addition to being very talented wrestlers in our own right, we're also childhood best friends, who sometimes tend to squabble about things that could be left in the past.
I'll only leave them in the past because of how bright the future is looking. This is actually going to be a pretty big year for us. See, we've got this list that we made when we started. Stuff that we wanted to accomplish in the business. One of them is to be on the cover of a WWE 2K game. And I've got a feeling that this year, 2K25 is going to be our year.
Actually, you might be right.
See? This is the kind of positivity I like to hear. The kind of thinking that gets me through hard times when things aren't going our way. Like when you show up to a venue to wrestle, win your match with skill and determination, and then get kicked in the groin by a giant sunglass-wearing rib.
I remember Ribby.
As do I. As do I.
Hey, for what it's worth, I still think you're cool. To be honest, Trey and I are used to the haters. Hang around here and you might see what I mean. For example, not always easy to work on a game these days with the internet chatter. Lots of things can happen beyond your control. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. And Trey and I have come a long way in, let's say, the past 5 years or so since, I don't know, 2020? Everyone messes up sometimes, right? Even sometimes in big ways, like maybe, totally hypothetically, even hiding someone's birth parents' deaths from them?
What?
This feels like something you guys should deal with in the future.
All I'm saying is that people can grow. Even Trey and me. We're gonna be in the Hall of Fame someday. Anyway, happy to have you here.
Three, ring the bell!
Let's see that celebration! You beat LJ and Buzz! Show your personality! The full range, nautical, brutal, supernatural, Hollywood!
Victory animations? Cap, I think you're steering off course here.
We were gonna capture victories, but after seeing you two champs lose, I got carried away. Hey, pretend this is WrestleMania!
This feels more like BCW than WrestleMania.
It's the win of a lifetime! Celebrate!
So, what do you two think?
I think if you didn't have our respect before, you certainly have it after that match.
And the three of us, all of us really, seem to have a connection we can't deny.
So will you help me with Mutiny? I know none of you have picked a side.
We're picking one now. We've got your back. 100%.
And I think it's safe to say anyone in our oddly connected group feels the same way. But what's the plan?
Mutiny's been launching attacks against WWE since the beginning. I want to take a page out of their playbook and hit them on their home turf. At NXT.
Been there, done that.
I like it. In fact, it'll be pretty easy for a group of former WWE champions who haven't publicly chosen a side to waltz into the Performance Center.
Punk will think we're there to join Mutiny. It's perfect.
And we'll happen to leave a side door open to sneak someone else in too, if you get my drift.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Let's remind the WWE Universe exactly who we are.
As the top star of another promotion. That's right, I think you know who I'm talking about. They could be the next AJ Styles, the next Jade Cargill, or better yet, carve their own path to lead the new era of WWE. It all starts at the draft when we take the next step in WWE's revolution.
I wouldn't mind one more match over in Japan at PWJ. Can you make that happen? Simple. I'm not afraid of a fight. I pull no punches, and I won't back down. I guess you could say I'm the bold and brash type.
Punch them right in the mouth.
Let's do this. What the hell?
Well, hello there. Have a good flight down. We were expecting you.
We were not expecting you.
For the uninitiated here, I'm Troy Simkin, former WWE producer. Now NXT Mutiny's top producer. We knew you'd be coming and we outsmarted you. NXT is clearly not broadcasting here tonight. and instead has moved to a secret, undisclosed location.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm afraid not. Man, you should see the looks on your faces.
Can I strangle him? I want to strangle him.
I'm just the messenger.
Well, we came all the way here. We're not going to leave empty-handed.
I think I see where this is going.
Yeah, we're taking Troy with us. He clearly knows more than he's letting on, and we could use him as a bargaining chip.
You're calling the shots.
This really isn't necessary. I'm just a producer. I'm clueless.
We know. You're coming with us.
Please be gentle.
Unity title defense for Alexis King and JC Jane.
Hang on, we have some visitors from the Raw and SmackDown side.
How'd they find out where we are? Did you tell them, Saxton?
It wasn't me, but they're taking the fight to the champions.
Good. It's about time.
It looks like we're going to have an impromptu brawl on our hands.
Setting up for something here.
Alexis King takes a vicious buckle suplex.
And JC's nailed with a stun gun.
The champs are down.
Where are they headed now?
They're grabbing the Unity titles.
I think they're leaving with them.
And the champs can't do anything about it.
They've come in here and stolen the NXT Unity Tag Team Championships. I love it.
Score one for Raw and SmackDown.
Uh-oh.
About to hit. Rock bottom.
Mark is out. That's it.
2 count. Poppy's been defeated, but apparently that isn't enough for the WWE loyalist.
He's kicking Coffee right out of the ring. It looks like the Unity Tag Champ has something to say.
Everybody in this building knows I go where I want to, when I want to. So when I heard Mutiny was getting big ideas about making up their own title, there was only one place I was gonna be. And that's right here in NXT Mutiny. I just obliterated 2 of your guys, and I'll do the same thing to the rest of your damn roster if I have to. Because that mail order belt, I'm taking it just like me and my partner took the Unity titles. So go ahead and...
You knew this had to be coming.
Kevin Owens is one of the leaders of NXT Mutiny, and he has heard enough.
When you came out here like a tough guy jumping people from behind, I thought about sending the entire locker room out to smash you like the tackling dummy that you are. But I have a better idea. See, I'm not going to let some WWE poster boy ruin our show. You want this mail order belt that's about to become the most valuable prize in the business? Then all you have to do is compete in our main event tonight. A qualifying gauntlet match.
One of the biggest superstars in WWE is going to main event NXT Mutiny in a gauntlet match.
And if he wins, he'll have a shot at being the first ever NXT Mutiny champion.
Eyes are focused, and the target is Jensen.
Flattened. Jensen down, and he might be out.
Cover. He survived the gauntlet. He survived this Mutiny mystery chamber, and now he's not only one half of the Unity champions, but the very first NXT Mutiny champion.
Mutiny's leadership cannot be happy.
I don't like to compliment Mutiny, but that is one nice-looking championship.
Guys, what's the new champ doing? Is that a sledgehammer?
This might be a short-lived run for that championship.
I think you're right, Cole.
He's destroying the brand-new NXT Mutiny title.
Not only that, but he's sending a strong and clear message, Cole.
Look at that. All the work that went into it, destroyed by the very first champion. You'll love to see it.
If you're on Team WWE, and I am, maybe this is a sign of things to come. Maybe we are one step closer to the destruction of Mutiny.
We can only hope.
I sure wouldn't mind seeing that personal fire turn into something we could all use to burn Mutiny down at Survivor Series.
The NXT Mutiny Welcoming Committee. Where's my gift basket, KO?
What are you doing here, Seth? This isn't gonna turn out well for you.
Relax. I just thought Mutiny could use a history lesson. I'm the first ever NXT champion. I even have my original championship belt to prove it.
That old thing. We've moved on, Seth. Clinging to the past doesn't change where NXT is headed now.
It's not about clinging to the past. It's about setting things right. Mutiny might be trying to rewrite history, but this belt and what I built here can't be erased. I started this brand, and if necessary, I can end what Punk's turned it into.
End it? We're already way more than you can handle, and we're getting stronger every day.
Stronger? No. Bigger? Yes. Mutiny's bloated. But I'm not worried about the extra bulk you've added. It's the quality that counts, and Mutiny is sorely lacking.
Oh, really? Well, I'm sure Punk would be more than happy to let you take on our current NXT champion, Trick Williams. The new and improved versus the old and removed.
Cute. But why stop there? See, Mutiny thinks small. I think big. Me against Trick, both of our championships suspended above the ring in a ladder match.
Fine, but you just made a huge mistake.
Did I, Kev? Or maybe you did. Because now I will climb that ladder and remind everyone about the real NXT.
Ramp is down, and Seth's got a clear opportunity.
He's gonna do it. He's climbing the ladder.
It's CM Punk. Where the hell did he come from?
And he's got handcuffs.
Punk wasn't content to just stand by and watch.
To borrow a phrase, business just picked up.
We're not going anywhere.
Oh, the architect is handcuffed to that ladder. He has no chance to win this match now.
Punk had a plan for this match all along.
This is hard to watch.
If Seth came down here to Mutiny's home base looking for a fair fight, he's a fool.
A fool who can only look on helplessly as Trick Williams is about to walk away with Seth Rollins' original NXT championship.
I can't believe this.
And there it is. Trick Williams has grabbed the belts in a match where Rollins was outnumbered.
This isn't a victory to be proud of.
The record books won't show how, only who. And tonight, it was all NXT champion Trick Williams.
This is a sad night for the history of NXT.
Go!
5-star frog splash!
Making the most of that with the pin.
2.
And that's it. Scores the win for the team.
Here are your winners. The team of Seth Rollins, LA Knight, and the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
A huge win and an even bigger reminder to all of...
Absolutely, Charlotte. You're in. If you can turn Tiff, that could be the game changer we need.
Charlotte setting her up for the figure 8. This could be it for Bayley right here in the heart of Mutiny.
Bayley's begging Tiffany to break the hold. Stratton's supposed to be impartial.
The deck does not look as stacked as Bayley had hoped. Charlotte's down.
So much for neutrality, Saxton.
Bayley's taking advantage.
A quick count, and this one's over.
And just when it seemed like Tiffany was going to uphold the integrity of this match.
That's the influence of Mutiny. They play by their own rules, and now Tiffy time means winning time for Bayley.
Look at Stratton's face. She knows she crossed the line.
And that's exactly what Bayley wanted her to do.
A pivotal and potentially regrettable moment for Tiffany Stratton.
Position you want to be in needs to break the submissions.
Tap out. There it is.
Here is your winner.
Not just a step away, but to even fight back. If.
And it's just like I was telling you, if we expand Mutiny and make it even stronger, we can reshape this company into what the industry deserves. With your former partner out of the way and fired from WWE, this is our chance.
The idea of expansion is what got me on board. And being an actual leader, not just a follower called in to do someone else's bidding. I always felt like she was treating me that way, regardless of the fact we were supposed to be equal partners, even back when we were growing up.
Well, none of that is going to happen with us. You have a seat at the top here in Mutiny, right next to me, Bailey, and KO. We're all calling the shots. Together, there's nothing we can't do.
I guess we have a new NXT champion. Good for them.
Real original. One of Mutiny's leaders basically gave themselves a title.
I can't wait for my contract to expire. This is painful.
It's the hero we've been waiting for. They're back.
And the champion has no idea.
This is payback for Survivor Series.
They're getting out of Dodge before Mutiny shows up.
Maybe there's hope after all.
We thought WWE was dead and gone after Survivor Series, but it seems like there's still a pulse.
I hope you're right, Cole, but I fear what Retaliation, the new champion, is capable of.
Tuning up the band, it is time! Sweet chin music!
This has got to be over
Makes
now.
the cover!
A decisive victory for Mutiny. Can you believe the loser was once our #1 draft pick?
From the top of WWE to exiled.
And here comes the Mutiny brass to revel in their triumph.
Real tough after what that competitor just went through.
And here we go with the gloating. Typical Mutiny.
For better or worse, these are now the individuals who control what's left of WWE.
What the hell? What is happening?
It's a mutiny! A mutiny! They've turned on Punk!
Why? He's the leader.
I think you mean was. It looks like he's been replaced by the NXT champion.
Look at Punk's face. That's pure shock and hatred right there.
But Mutiny's new leader doesn't give a damn.
Go to sleep on Punk.
This Hell in a Cell match may be over, but CM Punk is entering his own personal hell.
And there's no way out.
For Punk, for any of us.
Levesque is here to put a stop to this.
Look at the fear in the Mutiny leader's eyes.
I don't think they're scared one bit, Saxton.
Bailey and KO from behind. They're attacking Triple H.
We saw the mock fear on their leader's face. This was a trap from the beginning.
This is my arena.
Wait a second. Look who it is.
He's here. The Rock is here. Finally. Yes.
Rock bottom. Rock bottom.
I never thought I'd see the day the Great One backed up Triple H, but here we are, and I'm so grateful.
Mutiny is going to regret activating the final boss.
It looks like they already do. Uh-oh. About to hit. Rock bottom. The Great One is down. The Rock is down.
2. I can't believe it. Is the final boss really defeated?
But surely Triple H must have a plan.
Triple H isn't coming to save The Rock, Byron. No one's coming to save him. Or us.
It's really over then. Mutiny Mania has decided the future and WWE.
It's all Mutiny, Saxton. Now we better pay some respect to our new overlord if we want our checks to clear. All hail Mutiny.
All hail Mutiny. The unparalleled strength of Jade Cargill on display as she executes Shaded. Sally felt the full force of that one.
2. And that'll about do it, folks. Could do it. Jade Cargill has just single-handedly dominated both the men's and women's NXT champions.
Io and Trick can't believe it either.
CM Punk's got a contract in his hand, ready to sign Cargill.
This is very bad for Team WWE.
All right. The moment is here. We have given you everything you asked for, Jade. Now it's time for you to make it official. join Mutiny, and secure the future of this business.
I think Jade's going to jump, guys.
If she does, the balance of power in the WWE Universe will change forever.
There's just one thing.
For you, Jade, anything.
I specifically told you I wanted to face the very best in Mutiny.
You did. You fought our champions, Bailey, the whole top of the card.
But not the best in the world.
Jade Cargill wants to take on the leader of Mutiny.
Everyone in the Mutiny arena wants to see this.
Punk strikes.
But he misses with the kick.
Jade has Punk up.
And out he goes.
Jade Cargill just launched CM Punk like it was nothing.
I think Punk got Jade's answer, and that's that she is WWE through and through.
Score one for the good guys.
Whip to the outside here.
This could be a turning point.
The Usos setting up for something big.
Here they go.
Double cross body to the outside.
Yeet.
I know you're excited, but don't yeet, Saxton.
Braun Breaker with a clothesline. Where did he come from?
I have no idea.
And now Jade gets slammed into the steel steps. The mood has quickly changed.
Sammy and KO had an ace up their sleeve in Mutiny's enforcer, Braun Breaker.
And now Breaker cinches in the Steiner recliner.
What are these three up to now?
It looks like Mutiny is going to impale him with that chair. Roman Reigns with a spear out of nowhere.
Everyone in this arena is shocked, including both teams.
We've been waiting for the final boss, but instead, the original tribal chief has picked a side. Braun Breaker is reeling.
And they nail Breaker with 1D.
You're not going to get away that easy, Sammy. Time to pay the piper.
Sammy is begging, pleading for forgiveness from the Usos.
He's not going to get it.
Superman punch.
And the double super kick.
1, 2, 3.
That'll do it. What a victory for the Usos in the heart of Mutiny territory with an assist from the head of the table.
Sami Zayn's Mutiny debut was a giant dud.
Thanks to Roman Reigns and the Usos' Herculean effort.
Certainly not the reunion that Sammy and KO hoped everyone would be talking about.
And that look says it all, guys. The Usos' courage inspired the OTC to join the fight against Mutiny.
All three family members standing united. They've not just won a match, they've made a statement. Incredible resilience and unity shown here tonight.
Yeet!
I'll allow it.
TBD! I know you expected to see Josie Jane versus Paragon J. Pierce tonight, but there's been a change of plans. This match is now a triple threat.